We have some major updates surrounding the Red Sox organization, and specifically the youngster in Kristian Campbell, and how his play to start the MLB season has earned him a lot more respect, not only in the sports books, but as well as within the Red Sox organization, as there appears to already be contract extensions going on between the two parties. I'm here to break down all of that on this episode of Red Sox Digest, but before we get to the news and information, please, if you're a part of the near 90% who are watching this video not currently subscribed to the channel, scroll down and click the subscribe button. We do appreciate all the love and support. So again, thank you guys for everything. But now let's get to it and break down not only how this is a major update, but how Kristian Campbell's extension talks are already in motion. And honestly, it's well deserved. This young 22-year-old prospect was called up to make the opening day start with the only member of the big three, if you will, in Roman Anthony as well as Marcelo Meyer, to be called up to the big leagues. And Campbell has done nothing less than show up and show out. Now, during spring, it was a different conversation. We saw great versatility defensively from Campbell, playing both second base and left field at a high level. But at the plate, he was shaky, batting in the 150s, not great, not very productive at all, and the at-bats did not look good. But to start the MLB season on the opening day roster, the opening day second baseman for the Boston Red Sox, Kristian Campbell has not missed a beat and has been phenomenal, batting .429 in 14 ABs with 6 hits, 1 home run, 2 runs scored, and 1 RBI. He's been great. There's no way around it. And compared to the rest of this Red Sox roster, there are a few others in his class, if not higher, I will say, offensively speaking. He's been a bright point and a highlight for this Red Sox team through the first season series as we have played the Texas Rangers up to this point. Now, obviously, Campbell is not slugging at a trillion like Aaron Judge and these other guys in the league, hitting multiple home runs in the first course of games, but he has been overwhelmingly consistent both offensively and defensively, and this is something that we knew we were going to get as a Red Sox fan and someone who's watching these games and staying up to date. We knew that Campbell was going to be a good defensive presence, as we saw in spring. The versatility that is also being used on the big stage. Not only has he played second base for 3 games, but more recently he was placed in left field, where we saw a lot of him in spring. And again, he didn't miss a beat in left field as well as at second base. He has no errors at either position. At second base, he looks very comfortable, turning multiple double plays with Alex Bregman. And again, looking very, very fluid, looking very comfortable, and he looks right at home, if you will. And again, the offensive production, like we mentioned, batting in the 400s through 14 ABs with 1 home run that we're going to see in just a second as I have the clip for you guys, as well as just being not only versatile, but extremely efficient and effective in the field. Now, before we get to anything else in the actual contract extensions, I'm going to play his first home run of his career, which came in the second game of his career against the Texas Rangers, as well as an amazing defensive play that was near a highlight, but he did end up bobbling it and dropping it. Does not go down as an error, but again, here's Campbell's home run, as well as a defensive play that really highlights for young Kristian Campbell in just 3 games of his MLB career.
No score first inning. Drill toward the alley. Campbell diving, and it's off the glove. 2 runs will score. Down.
Now, Campbell made a great jump on that ball hit by Adolis Garcia, who flat out killed us all series long. Yes, he did make great swings on mistake pitches a handful of times, and he did end up burning us on those swings. But again, Campbell going all out, making a great defensive play to go out and steal an extra base hit and a few RBIs from Adolis Garcia. It ended up just falling out of his glove once he made contact with the ground. But again, A+ for effort, damn near A+ for execution. But again, we love to see this hustle and this really overall effort from a young prospect in Kristian Campbell, playing a secondary position in left field. And now for the home run that he hit in front of his whole family.
That one stroked deep to left center field. That's way back there, head of the wall. It is gone. Kristian Campbell with his first major league home run. Absolutely destroyed.
Now, Kristian Campbell not only has gained the respect within the Red Sox organization, but also, like I mentioned earlier, in the sportsbook. Remember, he opened as the second favorite, if you will, to win the American League Rookie of the Year, just behind Jason Dominguez. But just through 3 games, currently, Campbell is now the odds-on favorite at plus 275 on BetMGM, as well as plus 350, again, the favorite on Hard Rock Sportsbook to win the AL Rookie of the Year. It didn't take much for this young rookie to make a large impact, not only on really the entirety of the MLB, but specifically the Red Sox organization. And because of that, he's gaining a lot of traction. Again, not only in the sports books, but within the Red Sox organization involving Craig Breslow, as well as Alex Cora. Now, New England Sports Network went on to post this clip, this interview, if you will, following Campbell's massive day, his second day, actually, where he hit his first home run in front of his whole family. And again, that's where we get the quote, "They haven't seen me hit a home run since probably college." And again, speaking about his family, being able to witness him hit the home run on the big league stage, and again, his second MLB game of his career. But in this actual video, if you watch the entirety of it, and again, I will link it down below so you can watch the full 2-minute and 30-second clip of Campbell answering these questions about really, how does it feel to be a big leaguer? How did it feel to hit that first home run? And again, just checking in on him, how it feels to be a rookie. And then it gets into the contract extensions, and where we got this quote from Kristian Campbell. And again, this is a great answer because he doesn't really want to get into the details of things, but it gives us a good idea of what's actually going on behind closed doors between the Red Sox party and his party. And where he goes on to say, "I just leave that to my agents and let them talk back and forth and work out what is going to be done. And we'll listen for sure. They're talking back and forth. I know that for a fact." And that is a quote from Kristian Campbell when asked about whether or not he would like to be a part of this Red Sox organization for a long duration, as well as if there's actually conversations actually taking place behind closed doors that we have not heard yet or have been publicly made known of. And again, this is the answer that we got, and this is a great answer because, again, I would love to see, as well as I'm hoping the vast majority of Red Sox fans would love to see Kristian Campbell be a Red Sox player for a long, long time. Again, he's only 22 years of age, and he's already showing out not only the offensive production, which we can all assume is going to taper down unless he ends up being the greatest player to ever live, because batting 429, is not going to last 162 games. Whether how good you are, it is damn near impossible. Going 3 for 10, batting 300 for a season is in a very, very small percentile of the MLB. So, again, obviously there's going to be a little bit of regression, but the defensive production and versatility as well is a huge, huge bonus point. And again, not to mention, this also, again, we've mentioned this ad nauseum on this channel. I know it's getting annoying, but again, to balance out this lineup, it looks so drastically different compared to last year because of the lack thereof of surplus of left-handed batters, allowing there to be more right-handed bats and the ability to platoon guys like David Hamilton as well as others to bring in more left-handed bats or even right-handed bats if needed. This is great. There's great versatility. There's great options here for the Red Sox organization when it comes down to situational matchups. And again, when it comes to defensive output, again, great overall versatility and production. Again, whether it's David Hamilton filling in the infield or Kristian Campbell moving out to left field or even possibly playing second base like we've seen him do. Again, great defensive versatility as well as great offensive versatility, leaving this Red Sox team to be terrifying later down the line when things slowly but surely get cooking and get the ball rolling. But now, Kristian Campbell is possibly going to get that contract extension. We don't know for a fact, but it seems like the Red Sox are more than willing to not only be in talks, but possibly propose a contract extension to someone that they went out and they drafted, they brought up through the AA and AAA scene. And again, now is on the big league stage, and he's outshining everyone's possible expectations, which is exactly what we want to have. It is not a bad problem to have. This is something that we would love to deal with for a long time. Again, but now Robbie Hyde, a great, great guy who covers the game of baseball overall, and specifically the Boston Red Sox, throughout this tweet proposing an idea or an expectation of what Kristian Campbell's actual contract extension will look like, and he does it in comparison to Corbin Carroll's contract extension that he got a few years ago. So excuse me when I lean into my screen because the font is a bit small. But again, Robbie Hyde on Twitter, I will tag the link down below to his Twitter so you can actually look through his account and through this tweet. But again, for a Kristian Campbell extension, I would imagine something in the ballpark of Corbin Carroll's 8-year, $111 million contract, 13.87 AAV, would be in good comp. And I'll go with this. And again, he goes on from year-to-year breakdown. In 2020, a $4 million pre-arbitration. Carroll was at 3.82 at that point, and then 2027 we're seeing an increase year after year after year. 27 we'd see 6 million, 2028 9.5, 2029 11.5, 2030 14 million, 2031 28 million, 2032 28 million again. That's his age 30 season, and then 2033 would be a $30 million year with a club option attached to it. So again, this is a bit interesting. It seems just above what Corbin Carroll got, and obviously Corbin Carroll has been in the running for MVPs. He obviously won the Rookie of the Year and is a bright point and a cornerstone for the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. Kristian Campbell, I'm not scared to say, I would love for him to be the Corbin Carroll to this Red Sox organization in that sense. Win a Rookie of the Year, be a bright point and a cornerstone for this Red Sox organization going forward. Again, I don't know anyone that would really complain about Kristian Campbell being that guy for the Red Sox organization. Just whether or not the Red Sox organization is going to go out there with Craig Breslow, Alex Cora, and the rest of the front office to really go out and offer him a contract of this stature. Now, Robbie Hyde at the very bottom said 7 years, $101 million guaranteed, $131 million total value at $14.4 million AAV. So, again, to be able to acquire Campbell for such a long tenure, again, from the up and coming year of 2026 all the way to 2033 would be great to be able to acquire this guy and be able to make sure he's tied down to the Red Sox organization until his age 33 season would be great. That's another 11 years under the Red Sox belt with Kristian Campbell. I think he could be a cornerstone, like I've mentioned before, like Corbin Carroll was to the Arizona Diamondbacks, being also a second baseman as well as a left fielder with even half of the offensive production that we've seen through the first season series. This could be absolutely massive for the Boston Red Sox. And again, New England Sports Network went on to post another clip, this one of Alex Cora, addressing the rumors of a Kristian Campbell extension, where he went on to say, and I quote, "What he did yesterday, that is who he is." And again, this was following this clip of Kristian Campbell answering the questions about the contract extension, which again was following his game with a home run, as well as great defensive efforts in the field, whether it be at second base or in left field. So again, this is massive. And again, we've seen him play both up to this point in the spring. Again, he's batting sixth in the lineup, and he's looking damn good at it, right in front of Wilyer Abreu, who has been arguably the best player for the Boston Red Sox up to this point. This is real exciting stuff if you're a Red Sox fan, and it should have you guys fired up. Let me know down below what you guys think about this entire situation, and if you would be willing to give a young Kristian Campbell that type of contract extension that Robbie Hyde threw out there. Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Red Sox Digest.